Ruds, I guess that's pretty satisfying. One seemed to be in control throughout that game.
Yeah, I agree. We were in control right from the outset. That first half was great. Second half, we continued to push forward and create chances, and they were clear-cut chances. And there was only one team who deserved to win today, and rightly so was us. So I'm really pleased for them. No injury concerns, which is great. And we're starting to evolve into the team that I knew we were going to be. The last month, we started to change a bit of the training program. You can see a lot of that now come to fruition in the park.
I know you're not playing with a classic centre forward, but that front four seemed to really have some nice interplay and could have probably in the first half had 2 or 3 more goals, couldn't they?
Agree. And I said the same thing at half time to the players that and I said it before the game. I felt, having watched the opposition, that we were easily good enough to win the game by half time. And we started well, and we could have had more. Just a bit of decision making, a bit of cutting edge as well in that front third. It's probably the reason why we weren't up by more. But in the second half, we had to keep going and find that second one. We didn't. I mean, we got one, but it was ruled to be offside or interference, whatever it was. So, in the last 9 minutes, it's always if you don't take your chances and put some pressure on the opposition, they always feel like they can get back into it. But we've done a lot of training on holding on to 1-0 leads, and that's why we've got so many of them. Not that you want to just win by the one, and today certainly we were good enough to win by 3 or 4. It wasn't to be, but the combinations is getting better. Between those guys, we've got pace, power, technical ability, smarts, experience, youth. It's all there. They're still fighting for their positions. Young Semo had a start today. It was Wilma last week. It was Najrin the week before. So they've got to earn their stripes, and it's always performance based, and that's what will keep them in the team.
You talk about that process and kind of learning how to kind of just grind out wins when you've got a 1-0 lead and there's 9 minutes of added time. Do you feel this is maybe a bit of a turning point for those lads? Because there's been a couple of weeks where you've had games where you maybe felt you should have gone on and won it and then been brought back to a draw. Like this one could be pretty solid.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, it's been a while since the MacArthur game, but even since the MacArthur game, we're always in the game, and we're always trying to put a footprint on the way we play, and we certainly have been doing that the last month. And we go into next week's derby full of confidence at home. A great resolve about us. Players now understanding that we want to be the team that we've been seeing lately as well, and they're loving it too. And we want to go out there and win the game next week.
Just on yourself, Ruiz, I think it's a year ago almost to the week that you took over this job. How do you feel? The club's kind of changed. How you've been able to put your imprint on the team?
Yeah, that's a discussion for another time, but there's certainly been a lot of changes at the football club. At the top end, we're certainly starting to see some of the rewards come out, but there's a long way to go still. There's a real resolve about the football club. There's a real connection with us and the fans and the members as well. Great mentality now. The way we train and all the young players and the academy players are all in unison in terms of what we're doing. Our MPL team went away to Central Coast Mariners and won 3-1, and that's the first thing I asked because I'm so into what our young players are doing, and that MPL Institute, what I call, we're creating a really great environment for young players to come and train and be first-team footballers. When they see a lot of young guys get chances at the top level, it just spurs them on. But right throughout, it's been a big learning, and we were on the right path. That's all it is. But there's a long way to go.
All right. How's Morgan Schneidel and kind of like settling into the club?
Yeah, good. As much as I wanted to start him today, you have to take into consideration that he hasn't played many minutes. But the most important thing is that he's gone from an extreme winter to a pretty treacherous summer, and he also has to learn about our movements with the ball because there's all these different movements that we create depending on how the opposition defend. So he needs to understand that and our DNA as well. He's still jet lagged too, so we've got to be smart with him. But he's been great, very humble. He's come here for the right reasons. He's a winner and he wants to add to us. And it's always tough to come on in a game like this. He's never experienced playing, 30-degree heat or coming on and finding your feet and then getting used to the pace of the game. But just his leadership and his ability to organise people around him, and Ninko as well, was important.
I know next week's just another game on the schedule, but how do you make sure you prepare to match the intensity of a Sydney derby?
I don't have to do anything. And it's not just another game, to be fair. I think we all know that. I'm not going to sit here and give you that old cliche that coaches may give you, but it is a different game. It's a big game. It's a big game for our club. It's a big game for our fans and our members. You know, it's at home. You know, we're flying. We've been in the top 3 all season. We're playing some top football. You know, the only disappointment for me is that we're doing everything on our part as a team to get these fans back. You know, it's been a long time since the club has been in the top 3 all season. And then you on top of that, the football we're starting to play now as well. You know, we don't want them to all just come out for the derby, which I know is going to happen anyway. We want to keep these guys and then make sure that this team deserves their support. And that's the key thing here. But this week's about relaxing them. I know what my team's about. You know, I don't need to add anything. They know what's coming up next week. You know, my job is to just make sure that they're relaxed.
Are those fans maybe going to see another strike at the club next week?
Don't know. It's out of my hands. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
See ya.